Okay, I am going to start with her first. She is Daphne from Genesis. Basically, she is a super tank unit. She can cover your allies from all types of physical damage, while her defense and resistance are very high. And what's more, if you have these Christmas limited mementos, you can cover your allies from magic damage as well, but this is 2 turns instead. Yeah, and if you turn off her physical cover skill, she will automatically use this skill from the start if we are using her for auto. So you only can choose either one depending on which enemy you are facing. And also increase her skill usage and dual regen. Yeah, very good. Next thing is, all of her attack power is depending on her physical defense. Means also good at offense. But compared with the main attacker, of course her damage is not as high as that. And for this shield, you can get it from Genesis Chapter 5 for free. Overall, it's not bad and you can use her master ability. And this accessory is from her first limited mementos. It will greatly increase her defense. And also with these 2 weapon abilities, any resistance up until guards is activated, and lesser damage taken for any 3 attacks from the start of the map. But this is only applies when the enemy is attacking her from the front, so beware. And for this accessory, is from her Christmas mementos. It will increase her jump and not bad resistance. Very nice. And has dual regen, does greatly reduce all damage from the front for 1 turn, and the buff cannot be removed, and also can be stacked with the other weapon ability. Very nice. And lastly is her racial ability, this one. It will reduce their attack power while increase her resistance, and the total can be stacked up to 5 times. But this only applies to physical damage. And if you have her Christmas mementos equipped, magic damage will also activate and it will reduce the magic power instead. But it cannot be stacked compared with her normal racial ability, so beware. And for the other details, I will not go through them. You can just check it out from one of my videos. Next is Minario, who is also from Genesis, and he is used to be one of the worst Genesis guys due to his skills and social evasion. Even though he has a slightly good advantage towards the magic attacker, but there are many alternative choices than using him, since he is super limited and very hard to train, just like Daphne. But after the massive adjustment, along with these White Day mementos, it truly turns him into a totally different guy, and can further reduce the enemy's accuracy, which means higher evasion rate. And best of all is this Vision Claw award from that mementos. This weapon ability is a cheat code for him. It will permanently increase his status with dual regen when he evades any attack. And this support ability will have a super power. Some of his skills will have the changes with better skill power and effects, but the shooting range will reduce and cannot be extended, which means he will become a close range shooter instead, so beware. And of course, if you didn't equip this support ability or this Vision Claw award, he can still use his old skills with a longer range but lesser damage. So overall, it's quite similar with Eulalia. So try to pump his evasion rate as high as you can, and try to avoid anyone who has high dex or 100% hit, and you are good to go. Okay, next is Lycoris. She is a support unit who can buff up your allies and debuff enemies 2 in 1. While she also can interrupt any jump attack or penetrate guard status when she has all parameter up buff with just normal attack. And her shooting range is decent. Basically it's Super Cadanova Killer if he only uses jump attack at arena. Next is about her limited mementos, and it is also for Ane Rose version 2. And with this visual ability, she can easily survive from slash, strike, magic type attack for 3 or 5 turns. Very good for PvP. And also increase her skill usage and debuff turn. Very nice. And then for this Bejunker award, weapon ability, this one, also increase the resistance for slash and strike type attack. But this is only for manual use. At least it will increase her support disable resistance. This is very important. And for this weapon, you can get it from her event, Boss Battle, I think. This weapon ability will increase her speed for 1 turn from the start of the map, which means she can easily act first and use her skill. If you want her to use her debuff skills, I suggest you switch into Dancer as main while equip her main job sub-skill and turn off all of the Dancer skills, or maybe leave some skills on, up to you, so that you will be using debuff skills from the start during auto. But if you want to use her buff skills, please use her main job. Very simple. Okay, next is this collaboration unit, Rimuru Tempesto. He is a main character from Tensura or Reincarnation Slime, whatever you call. Well, mainly it's because of this super buff skill. It will permanently increase his status with CT up, and he will be using this skill from the start during auto. And what's more, this OP buff cannot be removed compared with before adjustment. But for the next 2 turns, this skill cannot be used again, so beware. So you have to wait for turn 4 in order to use again and further increase his status up to 3 times. And second thing is, this support ability also permanently increases status when he getting any damage, maximum up to 5 times. And it can be stacked with his other buff, means more damage in short. And third thing is, this lethal skill. He will have Crocus status plus this buff, which increases all attack and with your regen, and can be stacked up to 10 times when he defeats any enemy. And then this buff also cannot be removed. Total win. This is his weapon you can get from the Tensura ES quest. Mainly is this weapon ability. He will absorb the enemy status for 3 turns before the skill attack with HP drain, and this will further increase his status. Means end of the day, his status is something wrong. And lastly is, if you have these mementos and get this Bejunker award, it will also increase his status from this weapon ability and also increase his evasion rate. And interesting part is, this evasion buff increased by 150 for 3 turns. Also means his evasion is freaking high. But then, he will enter into Berserk status and not even for auto. So this is only for pro player. So conclusion is, slow starter but powerful. Lastly is this OP character, Sano Manjiro, also known as Mikey. He is from the Tokyo Revengers and leader of the Toman gang. But in this game, he can use ice magic for some reason. Total joke. Anyway, the most important factor about him is, if he defeats any enemy, he will have PT plus 100, means additional 1 turn. And most of his skill power damage is very high, with probability of critical. And even though his physical and magic attack is high, all of his physical attack skills is only based from his physical attack status. Only magic skills are based from these 2 status. And then this support ability will permanently increase his status when he defeats any enemy. Then this support ability has 3 passives. First is similar with overdrive. Second is more damage if the enemy is within the range of 3. And the nearer the enemy is, the higher damage output will be. Third is his maximum HP times 2 for 5 turns from the start of the map. This is a super OP passive, 3 in 1. Next is his Mementos. It is also for Takemichi and Tolaken. This visual ability will permanently increase his status after his action turn starts. Move plus 2. Okay, so his move will be 6. Very nice. And then this accessory from his Mementos. This weapon ability is very good. It will fully recover his HP with CT up when his HP is less than 25%. Super good for all types of content, except for raid maybe. And it will only activate one time, so beware. And this accessory you can get from Tokyo Revenger ES Quest. It greatly increases attack with fewer cost down and critical damage up. Super good for him. And this weapon ability will increase your ally CT while increase his status for 1 turn. Not so bad. So long story short, it is just something wrong.